Alexander, I know that Spencer was talking about going into this game, wanted to take one of his easy access throws from Penix. How hard was it to slow him down once he got going, though, and starting to stretch the field there?
Yeah, I mean, credit where credit's due. He's a very talented quarterback, and if you're not doing an effective enough job getting him off time and taking those away, then it opens up, drives, and it's hard to stop them at that point.
Seemed like they were really, when they were spreading out, attacking you one-on-one a lot. I mean, what did you see? I mean, I assumed you saw what you knew was coming, but how tough was it in some of those one-on-one matchups?
Yeah, they got talented receivers. They got a talented quarterback who's fully capable of getting the ball in tight windows. So I knew what I was getting into. Wasn't able to win every one from multiple standpoints, whether it's pre-snap or just technique play, but let's learn, go from here.
Ashton, what were you seeing on those screen plays? You seem to be, working those pretty well today. Getting a couple big gains.
Yeah, those ends were, shooting up the field real hard, so we just took advantage of that space, and it opened up pretty well, and we were able to maximize on the screen games today.
What did it feel like to score that first touchdown, Ashton? You seemed pretty fired up, and that was kind of a statement for you guys, it seemed like, at that time.
It was definitely a great feeling, to drive down there, as a team, together, and just keep chipping away. But it was definitely a great feeling to finish the drive off with a touchdown.
What did you think of the running game tonight? In the first half especially, it seemed like it was working, but you guys were going to the air a little more. I mean, I'm sure you want to run every play, but what did you think of how you guys were mixing it up there?
Yeah, I mean, I think the run game was effective today from the start. But our part of our game plan was we knew we were gonna have one-on-one, so we wanted to attack right. But at the end of the day, we didn't accomplish what we needed to. We didn't win our one-on-ones when we had the chance. So we just got to go back and go to the drawing board and learn from it and fix it.
What did you think of seeing Bush's offense kind of against the defense? You guys seemed like a lot of shifts and motions and creativity with putting the wide receivers in the backfield and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of shifts and motions. To get the safeties, eyes everywhere, make them have bad eye control. So it's just a great tool for us to have on our offense.
Do you feel like you saw kind of glimpses of what this offense could be? Because again, you guys had some nice moments. There was just kind of that stretch in the second quarter, couldn't complete a pass, and it was just rough going there for a little bit. But do you feel like you saw glimpses of what this offense can be?
I mean, yeah, definitely. We got a lot of talent on this offense. We got a lot of talent on this team in general. But offensively, we just it came down to execution. Third downs weren't converting on third downs. So against a team like this, you gotta drive down the field. You gotta score, right? Because they got a high-powered offense too. Kudos to them. So we knew going into this game that we had to go. It's going to be back and forth, but.
Alexander, I mean, for you, I mean, how much of it was them, just them being really, really good, or you guys maybe making some mistakes that you wouldn't normally make? I mean, you got to go back almost 25 years to find the last time Boise State gave up this many points without going to overtime.
Yeah, I mean, you have to give credit where credit's due, right? They got explosive playmakers. They got a good offense. They got talent on that side of the ball. But at the end of the day, a lot of those points can be erased if we operate how we know we can. And, it starts with me. I take full responsibility. There's mistakes I made that resulted in points on the board today. And I think everybody on our defense would, step forward and take credit for some of those points and situations that we put ourselves in. But, it's – you talk about stats, this and that, and I'm sure both Ashton and I would trade any one of those or all of those stats to walk away with a win on the day. But we got to learn, we got to regroup. We got a super good culture and family in this locker room. So those mistakes that were made today, those are what we're going to be able to fix going forward.
When you say mistakes, is that just like the pre-snap of like where your eyes are, or like footwork, or all of it?
I mean, across the board, I think there was mistakes all over the place. I know for myself, both of those categories you listed today, I made mistakes. Some resulting greater than others. But, without getting into too much of the game plan of everything that was going on, there's obviously a lot of room for everybody to improve today.
In terms of your guys' confidence, I mean, you obviously have another big game next week, and Andy came in here and said we have an unbelievable team that's going to respond. I mean, what's just the mindset having to flip the page here after, a 37-point loss?
We really just got to come together, rally. We can't hold our heads down after this. It was a tough loss, but, we're only going to learn from this and get better. And, stuff like this is going to happen, adversity. We talk about it all the time. So we just have to respond. I mean, we're as tight. A lot of guys who've been here 4 years, 5 years say this is the closest the team's ever been, since they've been here. So I have no doubt that we'll come together and, get better from this and, go attack next week.
Couple more.
Ashton, what did you think of Taylor today? He got off to a really good start, and then I know it wasn't all on him. There were a few drops in there for sure, but he had a stretch there where there was 10 straight incompletions, and it culminated in an interception before he kind of got back on track. And I know when you're playing the 10th ranked team in the country, that's going to hurt. So what do you think of Taylor today, though, and his kind of response to all that?
I think he played well today. I mean, obviously, just like the rest of us, he made his mistakes just like the rest of us on this team. So it just comes down to everyone as a whole, right? Because maybe he threw an incompletion, but, was there pressure in his face? Did we protect long enough for him to stand in there and make that throw? So it's just lots of different things that you have to take into account.
How are you, maybe first Ashton and then Alexander, but how eager are you guys to get home and open this thing up on the blue against the UCF team? I can't remember how many yards they rushed for the other night, but it was a lot. So maybe first Ashton, just how excited you're to get back from home opener.
Excited, to get it, we got plenty of games left this season. We just have to shift our focus, right? It hurts right now, but we got to get over it. Shift our focus on the next task ahead, because we got another great team in UCF. So we got to come ready to play and just learn and get better.
Anything else? Oh, Alexander.
Yeah, I mean, I'll add to that. I'll say one thing this team is very capable of doing is learning and not making a lot of the same mistakes twice. So there's, hard to say there's anything good from a loss like this, but there's going to be definitely plenty to learn from. And one thing we will do is put our head down and work. And, whether there's 50-plus points on the scoreboard or not, the guys in this locker room won't quit. And that's during the game, in between games. We'll figure stuff out and we'll come back stronger.
Anything else?